My goodness, ladies and gentlemen, the stock market is absolutely on fire today, and we're going to be breaking it down in this video as it's only 12:30 p.m. and we have the NASDAQ 100 up over 2%, the Russell's up over 1%, same with the S&P up almost 1.5% as the Dow is up 0.8%. So in this video, we're going to break down the markets like we always do, and we're going to talk about some stocks that are moving, which Tesla stock, I'm sure you guys can see on the chart here on the screen, it is up over 140 bucks, up over 6.5%, and we have GameStop moving, AMD, Shopify to name a few, so we have a lot to break down. All I ask is if you find value in the video, hit the like button, make sure to subscribe as well, and let's just dive into it. So let's start off quickly here with Tesla stock, then we'll talk about the stock market in general, then we'll dive into some of these other stocks. So you guys know Tesla is reporting earnings this week. You guys probably know that. If not, maybe you're living under a rock, maybe not, maybe you just truly don't know, which is okay. But they're reporting earnings this week on Wednesday after the bell. Let me make sure, let me double check that. Let me make sure that's 100% accurate here, guys. I don't want to give you false information. Yeah, Wednesday after the bell is when they're reporting earnings. And look at the chart here, guys. Look at the stock. It is up almost 6.5%, over $140 a share, over almost 142 bucks a share now, and it's taking out the highs from last week, the 18th of January. We hit about 137, 138. We took that high out, and we're at a multi-week high, as a matter of fact. Look at that. We're at a multi-week high here on Tesla now. We're breaking out. Actually, we're taking out the highs from about a month ago. Let me see this right here, which I guess still means it's at a multi-week high. But the fact that we're taking the highs out here from, it looks like the end of December, middle of December, that's a pretty good sign. But, very big but here. On the 4-hour chart, we are still in a downtrend, like you guys probably know. Like you guys clearly can see here on this time frame. We can see we're still in a downwards trend line. We're still at the 180 SMA resistance on the 4-hour chart, which you guys can see we failed at this point time and time again. And another thing worth mentioning is, guys, Tesla stock has run up over 40 freaking percent throughout the course of the past, I think 17 days to be exact. Let me pull that up and double check that. Yeah, from the 101.20 level here, that was on the 6th of the month, 17 days ago, calendar days. We're now at 142. This thing is up over 40%. And if you guys remember, in December, it pretty much cut in half, but not exactly. But, you know, if you guys don't remember, I'll pull it up and I'll show you. Look, back in the beginning of December, the stock was almost 200 bucks a share, and it got all the way down to about, 105 to end off the year. So, I mean, not exactly a cut in half, a 50% drop, but pretty dang close, guys, about 40, 45%. And now we've rallied and recovered. You'd think we recovered all of it, right? That's the misconception. Let me talk about this real quick, guys. Tesla stock, right, and this is a quick little point, went down 40, 45% in December. And some people would be like, oh, so, okay, went down 40% in December, right? Now it's up 40% in January. It's at the same level it was, right? Wrong. That's not how it works, guys. And this is a crazy, it might sound basic, which in reality it really is basic, but to the newer investors, maybe newer traders out there, they might not realize that. And I know for sure, myself included, when I first started in the stock market, and I know you guys probably too, you probably thought of it that way. If a stock goes down 50%, all it has to do is go up 50% to go back to where it was, right? It's not really like that. And, you can see here, for example, Tesla, went from 200 to, roughly 105, down 45%. And look, it ran up 40%, and it's only at 140. So, yeah, it doesn't work like that, guys, which is why, investing in, forget Tesla, let's say like these speculative stocks that are like maybe $10, you buy a bunch of shares, it goes to $1, you're going to need to 10x your money for it to get back to $10, even though you're down 90-something%, if that makes sense, So what do you guys think about Tesla? I mean, at this point, heading into earnings, it's looking really good. I mean, the stock's been doing really good, but overall, the chart, I'm not too convinced we're going to break out. And if anything, if something bad comes out of this earnings report, like I've been saying, this could be setting up for a disastrous drop. Let's just put it that way. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And when it comes to SPY, let's pull this up. We have an inverse head and shoulders here. Left shoulder, you guys can see right here, the head, the right shoulder. And now, based on today's move, 1.3% so far, up over 400 bucks a share on SPY. we're taking the highs out from last week, which is very important. And now we're actually at a multi-week high. We're almost at, actually, we're over a month high, or we're at about a 35-day high at this point on SPY, which is pretty decent, 35 calendar days. And by the looks of it, I mean, we have a resistance coming up at 403-ish, roughly. But after that, I mean, this has a wide open move to about 410, which is where the right shoulder in this inverse head and shoulders, if it plays out, that's where that right shoulder could complete. And on triple Q, let's see what's going on here. Probably the same. Yeah, I mean, if you guys take a look here, I clear the drawing set real quickly. I get the oval tool. Let's pull that up and zoom in a little bit. You guys can see we have also an inverse head and shoulders here, which the right shoulder, if this really starts to, you know, build momentum, it plays out. Right shoulder could get anywhere from, you know, 292 to 295, maybe even past that. Who knows? Maybe even past that. You guys can see, you know, back in November all the way to now, we've seen resistance at about 295. That would be the next main level that I can see this going to. So it is a great day overall for the bulls today, guys. Unbelievable day, but we really have to be cautious here. We really have to be cautious here on a bunch of stocks, because at the end of the day, listen, the stock market has crushed it so far this year. And by crushed, I mean this year. And by this year, I mean 2023, which has only been 3 weeks at this point. Stocks are up a ton, and we're heading into these earnings with a lot of, I guess you can say, hype. I don't want to say hype built up, but maybe a little bit more optimism than we should. I don't know, maybe. You know, triple Q in the month, you know, this year alone is already up 12%, and we have big tech all reporting at the end of this month, early February. It's a little bit, I'm a little bit, I don't want to say scared, but I'm being cautious, guys. It's in a vulnerable spot. That's all I'm trying to say. Same thing here on SPY. You know, clearly we're still overall in a downtrend. Maybe if it starts breaking 420, 430, that'll change, but still overall in a downtrend, which it's a bit alarming. And this thing is already up about 7% throughout the course of the year, which it's only been 3 weeks, guys. It's only been 3 weeks. So what do you think? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. And did you know you could also get some free stocks down below for Moo, up to 15 stocks, each up to $2,000 bucks, and you could also get up to 12 free fractional shares from Webull with any amount deposited. Free money, guys, free stocks. If you want those, link down below, or, you know, description box, comment section, or you guys can go to stocks4fest.com/moo or stocks4fest.com/Webull. Get your free stocks. And with that being said, guys, let's get into some other stocks which are moving right now. GameStop is one of them. Holy crap, GameStop is up about 13%. Let me actually get a little sip of water, guys. Cheers. Stay hydrated as always. Cheers to you guys out there. Man, I needed that. So look at this. GameStop is up 13% right now. Big move for GameStop. Just when you thought it was down for the count, you know, it had a rally last week and the week before that. But in the last 2 days of last week, this thing collapsed. I mean, it went from about 22 to roughly 18. So it did drop 16% in 2-3 days, not even. So just when you thought it was going to get hit even further, boom, we're starting to rip today again to test that high from last week, being about $22, $22.50. So I'm going to set my alert right there, $22.50. If we do break out of that point, listen, this is a big spot. I've mentioned it before. You guys can see on GameStop, we pretty much held 23, $22.50 all throughout the beginning of September through the middle of December. We held it for a good amount of time, making it an old support, which is now a resistance. So if GameStop could get out of $22.50, $23, $24 somehow, this thing could really start to reverse. We're not there yet, but bulls keep on fighting. Let's put it that way. AMD is also moving today. We have a clear inverse head and shoulders that pretty much at this point played out. You guys see it right here. And the big resistance coming up on AMD is right around $78, $80. You guys see it right here. That's been resistance since the middle of November. So if we could break 80, there could be a lot more upside here on AMD. What else is moving, guys? We have JWN popping out of nowhere today. We have, which is Nordstrom, by the way. This is starting to break out of the 180 SMA. You guys see that? And look at that. We also have an inverse head and shoulders by the looks of it here on JWN, right? You guys see that? So if we really start to gear up past, I mean, it looks like we're already starting to break the highs from the middle of December 1875. If we start cracking above, let's say 1950, this could really start gaining more momentum. I'm going to set my alert at 1950 right now. Let's see what it does from that point, maybe 20, 22. Hey, we'll see. JWN, keep your eyes out for it. What else is moving today? Holy smokes. Look at that, guys. Netflix is at 360. What did I say, guys? Look at that. Netflix is up another 4.5%. It looks like it's playing in this window that we've been talking about, which is right here between 335, 340 to about 400. It looks like it's well on its way at this point to $400. Probably not today. Maybe not even in the next couple of weeks. Who knows? But at some point, by the looks of it, based on the chart, Netflix looks like it wants to go 400. And let's see, what else? I mean, everything, guys. Everything is moving today. At this point, it's 12:30, almost 12:40. Everything is moving. Everything is green for them. Well, not everything, obviously, but a lot of stocks are doing very well today. And we are seeing a bit of a resurgence in the GameStops, in the AMCs, which, you know, that goes to show bulls, you know, it's funny when you see GameStop, AMC, you know, those start to see these spurts, you know, the bulls are in control, at least for the time being. And then kind of an indicator, you know, once those start to really sell off, that's kind of when we might start getting the overall sell-off in other stocks or the index. That's kind of what I've noticed. You know, when we see a kind of some, you know, irrational exuberance in these stocks in the very short term, you know, we get a little bit of you know, euphoria, some hype, that could be killed in a second. And you know, it could really start to turn. And that's when you start to see kind of a shift out of some other stocks, or, you know, the index. Maybe I'm seeing things wrong here. I've just noticed that myself, you know, throughout the different rallies here in GameStop, AMC. Once they fizzle out a bit, I don't know. What do you guys think? Stocks kind of, you know, it feels like retail fizzles out along with it. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I don't know if that made any sense here at the end, but I'm doing my best, guys. I'm doing my best. So with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. Get all the free stocks down below. 50% off Seeking Alpha Premium for the first year as well. Link down below. And if you want to check out the Patreon, if you want to see more chart breakdowns every single day, what I'm up to, you want more access to me throughout the day, the best way is on Patreon. And there's something special coming to the Patreon soon. So if you want to check it out, link down below. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.